Today on Good Morning Maine, fire crews warn about the dry conditions as they respond to several wildfires.
Plus, lawmakers consider bills that would help families struggling to find affordable child care.
And Northern Light Hospital has an innovative program that's helping to fill the need for more emergency medical workers. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, we're going to start with a check of the weather. And it looks like a really nice day ahead today. It's going to be beautiful, lots of sunshine.
Very warm.
Temperatures up near 80 degrees. You know, that's going to increase the fire danger, unfortunately, as we'll hear coming up. There's a big problem with that right now. But in the meantime, enjoy. This is what we've been looking forward to. So enjoy the nice warm weather.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let your rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. Overall, not too bad as we do start things off. Again, looking pretty clear as we do start things off this morning. We're just watching for a few clouds that have been passing through. In a few spots, any precipitations outside the country. So again, we're looking pretty good. High pressure is in control for us, so that means looking pretty good throughout the rest of the daytime period. For today, we'll see a lot of sunshine and maybe even a few passing clouds coming up soon. Here's Futurecast right here again. Just a few passing clouds today, looking pretty nice for us. We will be watching for more clouds later on tonight and also end of the daytime tomorrow, as we'll be watching for our next system moving in with chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in for the day on your Friday as well. The wind's not too bad either, out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, pretty much switching to the south and west as we head towards tomorrow. But the winds today and tomorrow won't be too bad, but a few localized gusts cannot be ruled out. Upper 70s today, mostly sunny, just awesome out there. The northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, mostly clear. Wind overall looking nice and calm, so a very quiet evening on the way for us tonight. For tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs in the mid 70s. Southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. We'll see you later on. Well, this week's dry and windy weather has created perfect conditions for wildfires around the state. An out-of-control brush fire in Bucksport is an example of what crews have been facing. The Bucksport Fire Department responded to a report of a brush fire at 30 Wilkins Orchard Road Wednesday morning. The owner of the property quickly alerted the fire department about the situation, but he did not have a burn permit. That fire was easily knocked down, but according to Bucksport Fire Captain Pam Payson, the lesson here is to always get a burn permit before starting any fire.
Please, get a permit. If you're not given a permit, it's because the conditions are too dry or the wind is too much. So something inconsequential that looks like a small fire can turn huge exponentially in seconds, and then you just can't catch it.
Burn permits can be acquired through maine.gov, the website, or you can also visit your local fire department. Bucksport has decided it will no longer issue burn permits for the time being.
A fire on the North Palermo Road in Freedom damaged a building and shut down the road for a few hours. Montville Fire's Public Information Officer, Karen York, says the fire was called in around 12:28 p.m. as a brush fire. She says high winds caused the flames to spread to a nearby garage, igniting tires and spreading across the street, starting a forest fire. Officials believe the fire was accidental. Freedom Fire Department's Second Assistant Chief Tim Turner says the fire was caused by sparks from a plasma cutter. Mutual aid was called in to keep the fire from spreading further. The Maine Forest Service also assisted in putting out the forest fire by dumping water from a helicopter.
Well, residents who live near Schoodic Lake could be impacted by some smoky conditions this morning. It's all part of a planned burn along the railroad right-of-way in Lakeview Plantation and Brownville. The main goal of the burn is to eliminate light forest fuels within a 25-foot distance from the tracks to reduce the risk of wildfires caused by railroads as they pass by. Maine Forest Service Specialist Kent Nelson says approximately 2 miles of railroad right-of-way near the southern part of Schoodic Lake will be burned today. The fire will be carefully controlled with flame heights limited to 4 feet. However, he says some camps and homes between the south end of the lake and Medford may experience some smoky conditions today. The burn is scheduled to begin at 10 this morning and continue throughout the morning.
Maine State Police are hoping somebody can help them identify a burglary suspect. That person can be seen in this video. They say the individual is wanted for questioning in relation to multiple burglaries and thefts in the towns of Orland and Orrington on May 9th. If you have any information or can identify the person, call the Bangor Communications Center at 973-3700 and ask for Trooper Gregory Ramp.
The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office is investigating a break-in that happened on May 3rd at Ferris Equipment. Take a look at this video. You can see a person walking around Ferris Equipment on Route 202 in Green. He checks out the area and then smashes the front door to get inside. Officials say once he got in the business, he stole some chainsaws and then left. The video shows the suspect vehicle to possibly be a full-size pickup truck, light-colored, maybe a Dodge Ram. It is believed that this person did not act alone. The Sheriff's Office believes that there was someone driving that stayed inside the truck while the break-in was carried out. The truck was last seen traveling on the Patton Road toward the fire station. Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective Nathan McNally at 753-2566.
The House of Representatives has voted to enact a bill that would boost funding for Maine sexual assault services. An estimated 1 in 5 Mainers will experience sexual assault at some point in their lifetime. The legislation, sponsored by Representative Holly Stover of Booth Bay, would provide money to fund mental health care positions at each of the state's 7 sexual assault centers. Providers would be trained to deal with the mental health needs of those who've survived sexual assault, sexual exploitation, sexual violence, and trauma. The bill faces further votes in the Senate.
Access to quality, affordable child care can be a big challenge for many Maine families. And on Wednesday, lawmakers spoke out about bills that they presented that could help to relieve that burden. Matthew Jaroncic with more.
The legislature, we say, please hear the cries of Maine working families and enact real solutions to the child care crisis to help Maine working families.
Senate President Troy Jackson and Senate Majority Leader Eloise Vitelli presented bills LD 1726 and LD 1799 to the Health and Human Services Committee and Education and Cultural Affairs Committee. Both bills are intended to help fight the current child care crisis. LD 1726 would double the wage stipend for child care providers and expand eligibility for working families to participate in subsidy programs for child care. LD 1799 would improve access to public preschools across the state.
In this moment, it is in our state's best interest to ensure Maine's families have access to high-quality child care and strong pre-K programming.
Mainers who attended the press conference say these bills will go a long way in helping them deal with the stresses childcare brings.
If I had to pay full price for both of my girls, I would be paying double what my mortgage is, which is unheard of. It costs our families in the end, not our government.
Senate President Jackson says he's going to do what he can to provide relief for families who are struggling during these tough times.
We see them, we hear them, we understand that this is a crisis and we're trying to do something meaningful for them as soon as possible.
In Augusta, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Governor Janet Mills is proposing change package initiatives that she says will address some of Maine's most pressing problems. The change package is an amendment to LD 258, legislation that includes the remaining budget initiatives for fiscal years 2024 through 2025. The package initiatives were not included in the current services budget, which was passed by the legislature last month. Maine's Constitution requires a balanced budget, which is what prompted the governor to introduce the change package yesterday. In the package, the governor proposed using surplus and projected revenues to tackle Maine's housing shortage, fund food services and emergency shelters to address homelessness, and strengthen Maine's emergency medical services system. In response to the governor's proposed initiatives, legislative Republicans issued a joint statement that said, quote, "We don't find the governor's change package responsive to the times or responsive to the needs of Maine people," end quote. All right, the time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's a hands-on training program that's helping to fill a big need for local emergency medical workers. We'll tell you how it came to be.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. A beautiful day ahead today, mostly sunny with highs up near 78 degrees. Mostly clear overnight with lows dropping down to the mid-40s. Followed by, it looks like some badly needed rain is on the way for tomorrow. We can expect some showers and thunderstorms from time to time on Friday, a high around 75.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Detail 207, an average guy with the knowledge and skills to fully detail your vehicle. From cars and trucks to big rigs and motorcycles, we detail it all. If it has wheels and it isn't as clean as you'd like it to be, give me a call and we'll set up an appointment today. 659-2995.
Shine on a dime with your average guys at Detail 207.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Downtown Charcuterie, a small business right here in Bangor. The perfect place to get your personalized charcuterie boards. Not only for events and gatherings, but also perfect to take on a picnic or to give as a gift. After all, who doesn't love meat and cheese? Order one today.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
It's time to get down to the business of food, and I'm looking to invest.
$250,000.
Of my own money. It's not just an investment, it's a partnership. Each week, I'll put the best food entrepreneurs to the test.
It has 2.2 horsepower. That's like a go-kart.
Winners hustle and make tough decisions fast.
And drop the ball.
This was a profit challenge. I'm looking for my next food star. The person who I'll be investing in is
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox.
Owners of vacant properties in Bangor could soon pay more to let their buildings go unused. A newly proposed rule change would double the vacant property permit fee to $500. This means that the owners would pay thousands in vacancy fees over the course of a few years. City officials say many of the nearly 70 vacant properties in Bangor are owned by out-of-state banks, and they're hoping the increased fees will encourage them to put the buildings to good use.
Vacant property is very dangerous. We need housing units drastically, and this is just another prong in a fork to try to stab the problem and eliminate the housing crunch in any way that we can.
Yeah, double. Officials say vacant properties are often structurally unsound and can decrease the overall value of the neighborhood. The city will vote on whether to enact the change later this month.
Well, expectant mothers in northern Maine could face additional challenges as a Maine hospital, is closing its obstetrics unit. Northern Maine Medical Center in Fort Kent has announced it will be closing its obstetrics unit on May 26th. A statement from the hospital said a continuing decline in the birth rate throughout the hospital's primary service area, as well as recruiting of skilled OB professionals, has influenced the hospital's decision. NMMC is said to be in talks with Cary Medical Center in Caribou to establish outpatient clinics for prenatal and postpartum care. Hospital Chief Executive Director Jeff Ziwi said in part, quote, "While we are disappointed that we have had to make this decision, we will continue to provide quality health care to all patients, including expectant mothers, through our primary care and other specialty services." Recently, many rural hospitals across the country have closed maternity services, and NMMC is no exception. Unfortunately, we are part of a trend that is happening to maternity units throughout the country in rural areas, end quote. Between 2006 and 2020, more than 400 rural maternity units reportedly closed in the U.S. Employees affected by the closure in northern Maine will be offered positions within the hospital system.
In a joint press conference with St. Joseph Healthcare and Northern Light Health, the family of John Weber announced a generous donation to both healthcare providers in the Bangor area. Weber's estate made a partial distribution of $9 million to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center and St. Joseph Healthcare Foundation. They say that this is just the beginning, with several $1 million anticipated at a later date. This all comes from John Weber, a native of Bangor and a longtime supporter of the community.
What we have today with my uncle's gifts is a continuation of the Webbers' across generations commitment to civic support with organizations within the Bangor community that are near and dear to family members' hearts.
Certainly we're going to continue to support our mission in primary care, and then we'll be looking at really trying to transform care to look at how we can keep people healthy out in the community.
Northern Light Health says a gift of such magnitude has a tremendous effect on patient care, one that will be felt for generations.
A training program launched in the midst of the pandemic has helped to address a growing workforce problem in the area. Our David Ledford with that story.
It makes a whole lot of sense to actually have people on the trucks while you're learning.
Northern Light Medical Transport's Work to Grow program has streamlined the career path for emergency medical technicians. The program offers students real-world experience behind the wheel of an ambulance, as well as classroom training. Northern Light representatives say the idea began as a way to solve the industry's staffing shortage, building the entire course in just 3 weeks.
Staffing it was at a gradual decline for a little while, then it really dropped. We had a 30% drop in staffing overall for our EMS, all 5 divisions. That was kind of the biggest inspiration.
The program runs for 7 weeks, with nearly 100 hands-on hours in the ambulance. A recent graduate of the program says the experience has been life-changing.
There's only so much you can learn from in a book when you're reading it. You don't know how to operate the radio and actually apply the knowledge that you've been tasked with. So being able to actually have that hands-on experience is really just invaluable.
Students are hired as full-time employees while they learn. After completing their training and obtaining their license, they are promoted to EMTs. 45 students have graduated since the start of the program, all from different walks of life. Program instructors say that almost anyone can pursue the program if they're interested in helping others.
It's pretty amazing to see someone come in with no public safety background and kind of learn and grow and watch that growth throughout their process. And it's also had an effect on our staff that we've had a long time as well. The students have really kind of brought life back into the atmosphere.
To learn more, visit the Northern Light Medical Transport and Emergency Care website. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That's some good news.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:17. After the break, we'll hear from students and staff aboard the Maine Maritime Training Vessel that left port yesterday for its international tour.
That story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Up and Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up and Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun. What a play!
This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Manny. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slam.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Up and Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up and Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Welcome back, everyone. Maine Maritime Academy students aboard the training ship State of Maine began a global tour on Wednesday morning, giving students some real-life training as they visit ports all around the world. Devin Dagnall has our story.
Over 200 Maine Maritime Academy students began a 68-day journey as they set out to sea Wednesday morning. For approximately half of the students on board, it will be their first seagoing experience.
It's a lot of just not knowing what's going to happen next, but we know it's going to be exciting.
Before the crew returns to the Castine shore on July 19th, they will visit 8 foreign and domestic ports in New York, Philadelphia, Azores, Spain, Germany, Northern Ireland, and Boston.
I'm really excited to go to the Azores, but honestly all of Europe. I've never been to Europe. I've pretty much just been to the States and Canada, so anything is going to be new and exciting for me, and I am so excited.
President of the Academy, Jerry Paul, will be joining the crew along different legs of the journey. He says this is a very important tradition for Maine Maritime Academy.
But today is an extraordinary day. It culminates an entire academic year at Maine Maritime Academy, but it also culminates 80 years of history in this state. Behind me here is the training ship State of Maine. She's named State of Maine because she represents this state.
This trip marks the 26th voyage of the training ship State of Maine, and it may be one of its last. The Academy is awaiting the arrival of a new ship within the next year or so. Once the new vessel is in use, the current training ship will be decommissioned.
So I'm quite excited to actually be back on board her for one of the final voyages.
Maine Maritime professor Robert Carter was one of the freshmen aboard the training ship for its maiden voyage back in 1997. Now, he's back to help his students learn beyond the classroom.
Oh, it's a great feeling to see the changes. It's a great feeling to be back on board after all those years. I'm also just so happy to work with midshipmen. It kind of reminds me of myself when I was here as a freshman and then later as a junior.
If you would like to follow the ship along its journey, visit cruise.mainemaritime.edu for up-to-date tracking. In Castine, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Good luck to them. They'll be gone until I think about July something, so they've got quite the itinerary ahead of them, and going to be a great experience for them, hopefully.
I'm just glad they had a good day to send it off. I wish I was there. I love seeing the tugs in action.
Maybe next year,
Those
right?
are cool. Yeah. Yep. All right, time now is 8:22.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning, and radar is looking pretty quiet, at least over Maine. We have a few clouds that are developing overhead. There's an area of low pressure to start toward the north with a warm front over parts of Canada, and that's allowing some rain showers to develop there this morning. But for us, we're looking pretty good. Here's that area of low pressure located right about in here, causing those returns to show up on the radar. But for us, high pressure's in control for one more day. That'll keep us pretty nice moving forward. But look at this, more active weather out across a good part of the country. We'll be watching a lot of this tracking east as we do proceed forward in time. Wave height's not too bad out there right now, right around 2 feet according towards some of the buoys. This lighter blue indicating some higher surf being reported in a few spots. Some of the buoys not reporting yet either, but some areas still indicating some higher surf. But of course, air temperatures today will be in the upper 70s. Water temperatures, try 30 degrees cooler than that. Upper 40s to lower 50s is where they're at right now. So either hold off on swimming or exercise caution because hyperthermia can still develop pretty quickly with water temperatures like this. But futurecast moving forward for today, looking pretty good. A lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds, but we are going to be watching for more clouds on the way later on today as our next system begins to move in from the north and west. That'll give us chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon period for your Friday. Maybe a chance in the morning as well. We'll keep those chances going overnight tonight, at least until early tomorrow morning, and then those chances will finally begin to taper off. And then Saturday, maybe a few rain showers that we'll need to watch out for. Here's some gusty wind chances, maybe some gusty winds up to 15 to 20 miles per hour today. The gustier winds further off towards the west, not as bad further off towards the east. We'll back off later on tonight, and maybe a little bit of wind to watch out for as we head towards tomorrow, but nothing too extreme to get too worried about. Our average high temperature is 64 degrees, upper 70s for today. That will feel amazing. Mid 70s Friday, lower 70s Saturday, back in the 60s. 60s Sunday, and then kind of on a roller coaster ride between the 60s and 70s as we head towards Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. For today, upper 70s, mostly sunny and awesome out there today. Northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, mostly clear, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid-70s, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, especially in the afternoon. Southwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Radiator. So again, scattered showers and thunderstorms for your Friday. Saturday, a few leftover rain showers. We're dry Sunday and Monday with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. We cool off into the 60s on Sunday, back in the 70s on Monday.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery. From Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
Just a heads up, this is my good side.
Yeah.
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
New York Congressman George Santos has pleaded not guilty to charges ranging from fraud to money laundering. And today, he faces a hearing in yet another case involving alleged fraud. ABC's Lindsay Watts has more.
This morning, Congressman George Santos is out on bail after pleading not guilty to 13 federal counts, including wire fraud, money laundering, and theft of public funds.
The reality is it's a witch hunt.
Prosecutors claim Santos used campaign funds on personal expenses, including to buy designer clothes. He's also accused of filing false unemployment claims, collecting $24,000 in benefits during the pandemic, even though he had a $120,000 a year job at an investment firm.
Why would you apply for unemployment benefits when you had a job making $120,000 a year?
Rachel, this is part of my defense. This is inaccurate information, and I will get to clear my name.
Santos, famous for lying about his resume, is also charged with making false statements to Congress in his financial disclosures. At least 12 House Republicans have called on him to resign or be expelled.
It's a distraction, and it's a punchline for a lot of commentary regarding the Republican Party that we don't need.
The Republican House could expel Santos with a 2/3 vote, but that would trigger a special election in a swing district, which could threaten the GOP's already slim majority in the House. Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he will not support Santos for re-election, but for now, he's not calling on him to resign.
He'll go through his time of trial. We'll find out how the outcome is.
Meanwhile, in Brazil, a hearing is scheduled for today on the allegation of check fraud against Santos. Authorities there say in 2008 he used stolen checks to buy clothes.
Well, meanwhile, the COVID-19 public health emergency officially ends as of today. The decision to end the state of emergency will bring an end to a slew of pandemic-era rules and waivers, including free vaccines and COVID tests. Federal food programs will once again have work requirements, and some rules that help people get SNAP benefits will also come to an end. The CDC will no longer have certain access to surveillance data to monitor COVID risks. The agency says it will instead provide risk assessments by using hospital admissions data.
Crowds of migrants are gathered at the border this morning, with Title 42 set to expire later today. Hundreds of National Guard members are deployed, some in riot gear. The pandemic-era policy allowed the U.S. to turn away migrants, citing concerns over COVID. ABC's Lindsay Watts has more on new warnings from the Biden administration.
This morning, migrants are crowding at the southern border. In California, volunteers serve sandwiches in San Diego.
Behind us, we have migrants who are asylum seekers, some of whom have been here for 6 days, 7 days.
In Texas, drone footage shows the lines in El Paso. And in Brownsville, the National Guard in place as Title 42 expires late tonight. President Biden says it's going to be chaotic at the border for a while.
Look, the purpose of what we're doing now is making legal immigration more streamlined, illegal immigration shorter term and move in a direction that people know that there's a legal way to get here and not a legal way.
A new policy by the Biden administration will require migrant families seeking asylum to be subjected to home curfews and GPS monitoring while immigration officials determine whether they should be deported.
We are making it very clear that our border is not open, that crossing irregularly is against the law, and that those who are not eligible for relief will be quickly returned.
House Republicans expected to vote today on a new bill that would further restrict asylum and build more of the border wall. President Biden says he'll veto the bill if it passes.
If you don't like our bill, what's your answer? What's your plan? What are you going to do?
Aid workers say while some migrants are aware of Title 42, many are not.
They're risking everything to come to the United States because they cannot be in their home country.
Another new rule by the Biden administration says migrants must have paperwork filed before they arrive, or they'll have to wait 5 years before applying again.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, flying out of the country is getting more expensive.
We'll have the details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Now they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down. They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
If you don't want to look like this, then don't forget the lyrics.
Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Something, something, something.
Uh-oh. Niecy Nash hosts Don't Forget the Lyrics. Premieres Tuesday, May 23rd on Fox.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Today is also National Eat What You Want Day. It's a day intended to practice not restricting yourself so much during your meals.
Maybe give in to your sweet tooth, or maybe pick food from your favorite takeout spot, or maybe even breakfast for dinner, you know? Mm-hmm. When you do breakfast for dinner, what do you do?
Like pancakes and sausage and eggs, I mean the whole thing.
Yes.
I used to like it when my kids were younger. Sometimes they would prefer that. It's like, are you guys okay with that? Because it's an easier thing to do sometimes too.
I know. And it's nice that it's an easy thing because a lot of people like breakfast.
Waffles.
Oh, now you got me thinking. I could do breakfast for lunch.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'm thinking. Either way, just don't shame yourself today if you give in to a tasty indulgence.
This is a tough time of year because a lot of people are trying to lose a little weight after the winter.
Right.
I know I am, so I've been trying to
me too.
break some of those habits. So
I'm just trying to get back into exercising again. I was very stagnant this winter, more so than I usually am.
I just want my pants to fit correctly.
I know. You know. Buying new pants is such a hassle.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not going to worry about it today. So
we're not.
Go
or
eat.
Maybe get some exercise and then eat what you want to. little bit of balance.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, on this day in history, in 1910, Montana's Glacier National Park officially took form. In 1921, Tel Aviv became the first all-Jewish municipality.
In 1924, a Pulitzer Prize was awarded to the iconic poet Robert Frost for his book titled New Hampshire. In 1949, the country of Siam renamed itself officially Thailand. And in 1963, in Alabama, the Birmingham riot of 1963 began on this day 56 years ago, which was provoked by bombings in the city, which targeted a civil rights group led by Martin Luther King Jr.
All right, for birthdays today, we've got a couple of historic ones. We have Spanish surrealist artist Salvador Dali, who was born on this day in 1904 and died in 1989. And American pilot Jacqueline Cochran was born on this day back in 1906. She held more speed, distance, and altitude records than any other flyer during her career. And in 1964, she flew an aircraft faster than any woman had before. She passed away in 1980, a real trailblazer.
I didn't know about her until today. I think it's really cool that we get to and continue her legacy.
Right.
Very cool. All right, today's going to be beautiful. I don't think we can say anything else other than, the fire warnings. You probably won't be able to get a burn permit in a lot of places today.
Don't forget your sunglasses if you're heading out.
And sunscreen. Yep. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let your rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. Overall, not too bad as we do start things off. Again, looking pretty clear as we do start things off this morning. We're just watching for a few clouds that have been passing through. In a few spots, any precipitations outside the country. So again, we're looking pretty good. High pressure is in control for us, so that means looking pretty good throughout the rest of the daytime period. For today, we'll see a lot of sunshine and maybe even a few passing clouds coming up soon. Here's Futurecast right here again. Just a few passing clouds today, looking pretty nice for us. We will be watching for more clouds later on tonight, and also end of the daytime tomorrow, as we'll be watching for our next system moving in, with chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in for the day on your Friday as well. The wind's not too bad either, out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, pretty much switching to the south and west as we head towards tomorrow. But the winds today and tomorrow won't be too bad, but a few localized gusts cannot be ruled out. Upper 70s today, mostly sunny, just awesome out there. The northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, mostly clear. Wind overall looking nice and calm, so a very quiet evening on the way for us tonight. For tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs in the mid-70s. Southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Well, if you're planning to travel overseas this summer, you can expect to pay up this year. Travel app called Hopper reports tickets for flights to Europe and Asia cost about $300 more than they did last summer. An increase in demand and higher jet fuel prices have led to higher ticket costs. The average price for a ticket to Europe now is $1,167 for a round trip this summer. That's a 36% increase compared to a year ago. Ticket prices for flights to Asia are up 24% at $1,817 per ticket. Going to cost more pretty much where you want to fly this summer.
I know, and gas is so expensive still, too, that a road trip is like, But that app is cool, Hopper. If you search certain places, then you can sign up for notifications to see when the prices fluctuate, so you can see when they will be the lowest.
That's one of the things I like about doing this morning show is you learn things like that. I had never heard of Hopper before. So.
Save some money. Yeah. It's good stuff. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz, it's Ryan Sudol. He has the latest with sports.
We'll also meet our Pet of the Week. Don't go away.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Bath Fitter is a better way to remodel your tub. Precise measuring means the perfect fit. The Bath Fitter tub-over-tub process means no mess or stress. A custom-made tub and seamless wall mean a watertight fit. Premium acrylic means it lasts a lifetime. And all this together means a great value. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
On the next Last Man Standing, Eve joins a garage band.
Dad, don't freak out. This isn't a big deal. Oh, that's true. It's a huge deal. We are awesome!
But they're using Mike's garage.
What are we gonna do?
They stopped. Maybe they finally heard themselves.
No, they just started a different song.
How could you tell?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
There's the $250,000 on the line. The person who will be our next level chef is
Next Level Chef, 2-hour finale, tonight on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with some track and field. Down east in Ellsworth, one Eagle is finishing up her senior season in outdoor track before heading to Orono to continue her career as a black bear. Ellsworth's Addison Nelson, who runs long and middle distance, so the 800-meter, the mile, and the 2-mile, has committed to run for the University of Maine's track and field program. She'll be majoring in biology with a med school track. Another reason why she chose Maine, and Nelson said it's been a long-time dream of hers to be a Division I athlete, and doing so close to home is definitely an added bonus.
It's just like to have everything like finalized and the decision, it's just like a big weight off of my shoulders. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to go somewhere that's like 40 minutes down the road, which is great. And everyone is just so nice there. And it's just so close to like on the weekends I could just see my mom and still go to my sister's games and everything. I feel very accomplished with myself, and to know that all the practices and hard work and like running outside during the blizzards and through COVID and everything, like everything just worked out in the end.
Now, even though her college decision has been made, she still wants to finish out strong this outdoor season. Nelson has been running track since she was in middle school. Originally from Illinois, she moved to Maine right before high school started. And the reason she decided to lace them up and begin her track career is a pretty neat story.
I went to school in Illinois and I started running because the boys in my grade were saying that they were faster than me, and so I kind of wanted to challenge that. And so ever since then I've just been running, and the longer distance was always my cup of tea, so yeah.
Girl power, am I right? Okay, let's head to the softball diamond now. Maine in action in Maryland in the first day of the America East Tournament Wednesday. They began as the number 6 seed going up against Albany. Black Bears beat Albany once in the regular season, trying to do it again here in the playoffs. Second inning, Maine down 1. Sierra frets up. He ropes this ball to left field. That gets all the way to the wall. Sarah Anderson comes around to score from first. 2-0 Great Danes. Next batter, Chloe Lewis. She gets on top of this and lines it right past the second baseman. Fret scores from second. It is 3-0 now. 7-0 now here in the 6th. Maine trying to make a comeback. Katie Jo Murray at first. Kritza Franchi at the dish. She lines it to right field. That's an RBI triple. Black Bears are on the board. 7-2 now in the 7th. Jasmine Gray up with a runner in scoring position. She singles to the left side. Maine down just 4, but they could not put up any more on the board. Murray up. She grounds out to end Game 1. Maine falls 7-3. So to Game 2 we go. Maine trying to stave off elimination against the Bulldogs from Bryant. Top of the first, the speedy Grace McGoldrick on second. Jasmine Gray at the dish, and she smokes one into left. That brings home Grace easily, 1-0 Maine. Bottom of the frame, Bryant now. Jenna Gardner on second for Megan Marcel. This one goes into no man's land behind first. That drops in for an RBI single. It is tied at 1, but then Maine's offense would turn it up a notch. Up 2-1. Kelby Drews lifts this one into right center. That falls in for a hit and brings home Katie Jo Murray. It's 3-1 Maine. 4-1 now. Runner on for Gray. She gets a fastball at the letters, and that softball is not coming back. Black Bears bats lead them to victory over Bryant. They survive and advance to Game 2. Okay, let's move on to some basketball now. Celtics had a chance to go up 3-2 at home in the Eastern Conference semis in Game 5 Tuesday, but as we all know, that did not happen. It wasn't a good performance for the Celtics. They fell behind early after another slow start and just could not make up the ground, falling 115 to 103. But the game really wasn't that close. Joel Embiid scored 33 points, Tyrese Maxey had 30, and now Boston could be eliminated on the road Thursday night in Game 6. They need 2 straight wins to advance. After the game, here's Joe Mazzulla and Jaylen Brown on what went wrong and what's next.
That was the first game of the playoffs that we didn't play well, in my opinion. And so we can't lose our perspective of we played really good basketball. And that was our first really, really bad game of the playoffs. And so it doesn't come at necessarily the best time, but we just have to shift our perspective and get ready for the next game.
I got to have a short-term memory. Dropped the ball tonight. Couldn't stay in front of nobody. Couldn't get a stop when we needed to and missed a lot of wide-open shots. Gave everything up that, they wanted us to give up. And that was the story of the game.
And finally, let's head down to Castine, where Maine Maritime Academy men's lacrosse made history Wednesday. The Mariners hosted Emmanuel College in the first round of the NCAA tournament, the first tournament game ever hosted by MMA, regardless of sport. Mariners fresh off a NAC title win over the weekend. Emmanuel looking for their first postseason win ever. First quarter, 2-0 Saints. Alex Stevens to Jacob Hintermeyer. He jumps, shoots, and nails it. That makes it 2-1. Late second quarter now. Emmanuel a huge lead at the break. Here's Drew Chant. Lets it rip from the 20, and he scores. That makes it 9-1 Saints. Mariners would come rolling back in the second half, though. Late in the fourth quarter, that's Jaden Wilson with a snipe on the run that finds the net. Makes it an 11-6 game, but it would be too tall of a mountain to climb. Nice fake by Emmanuel's Robert Fazuzza. There he is. And he scores on the doorstep to make it a 12-7 game. That would be the final. Saints move on, but the Mariners are proud they were able to host a tournament game.
This program is going in the right direction and means that, we're going to continue to make history. This program is here, and we're not going back.
There's nothing like having home field advantage. Definitely nice being able to stay here and sleep in your own bed every night and then come out and play on your home field. I think it makes a big difference.
Congrats to them on all their success this year. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, ooh, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
You could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on a 4-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
I used to pre-rinse dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get them clean. But new Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
With double the Dawn grease-fighting power and double the scrubbing power, so you can load this and get this. New Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Nicole specializes in electrolysis, which is the only FDA-proven method for permanent hair removal. From eyebrows to toes and everything in between. Let her take care of your unwanted hair. Call 949-3098 to book an appointment.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back, everyone. It's our favorite time of the week. It's time for our Pet of the Week segment. And Catherine joining us from Bangor Humane Society once again.
Hello.
Who do you have here today?
Oh, this is Sierra.
So Sierra is 5 years old. She did come in as a stray, which is kind of surprising. As you can see, she's not the least bit friendly. Basically feral.
I think Emma's got a new best friend here.
I think so.
She's
I think so.
Sweet.
She is absolutely the sweetest cat. When I asked yesterday who is a good cat for me to bring on the Pet of the Week segment, there was no hesitation with Sierra. And every single adoption counselor and animal care tech said, oh my gosh, she is the sweetest cat. Apparently, a couple of days ago, they were brushing her, and she allowed them to brush her for so long that they made her a little hat out of her own hair.
Look at this cat.
She's ridiculous, yeah. She says hello to you as soon as she sees you. She's got lots to say. And you open the kennel, she's down on the bottom, so I got down on the floor, and as soon as I opened the kennel, she just walked right out onto my lap. She purrs, she gives kisses, she drools a little because she's so happy. I mean, she is just an absolute love. So what's interesting about her, and really I'm sure the only reason that we still have her, is that she is FIV positive, and that's a feline immunodeficiency virus. Most times it really doesn't affect them too much. It does mean that they're prone to illness, and so you just have to watch them a little more closely if they do happen to catch a cold or something.
Right. A vet relationship is key here.
Yes, yes, exactly. But most FIV cats, if they're indoors and they're well fed and you keep up on their vet checks, it's as uneventful as owning any other cat.
Want to go back to Emma?
She kind of wants to explore.
She does, she does. But for that reason, we recommend that FIV positive cats either be the only cat in the home, which is the case for her. Sometimes we say that they can go home to a home that has other FIV positive cats, but in her case, she's not a fan of other cats. So we are going to stick with she's got to be the only cat in the house.
She clearly likes people a lot.
Does she need any special care? I mean, she's you can tell right now she's happy and healthy.
She is, exactly.
Go back over.
She does need a special type of litter because she is declawed, which is not something that you see very frequently anymore. As we know, there is an element of cruelty that goes along with declawing a cat. It's like severing a knuckle, basically. And it can cause a lot of pain with the litter box, which is why sometimes cats who are declawed won't use the litter box. She, however, uses a ground corn litter, and she's very neat. She does not miss.
That is a big plus with cats. I've had cats, and let me tell you, you never know.
Sometimes. I've never had one that goes that's gone outside of the litter box, but I cannot imagine it would be fun if they did.
Boy, she's such a sweetheart. She'll jump from lap to lap, just love every member of the family.
She really will. I even said, how about kids? And a lot of times with cats, there's caveats with kids. Everyone said, oh, she'll be great with kids.
Very neat.
She's okay with all sorts of pets. She loves all the attention.
She really does. Oh, she's
going
to come back.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I can't be in a bad mood all day because of this cat.
It's true. She is just a sweetheart.
Make a great member of somebody's family.
Lots of kitties and doggies over?
We still have quite a few dogs. We are filling up with cats. It's kitten season, so they're starting to come in. I don't believe that we have any kittens in the house right now, but just wait a minute. They'll be along any moment. And we are, especially for dogs, we're looking to find our dogs homes, and that way we can bring in more dogs, rescue them from other parts of the country, and send them out to these homes.
A couple weeks ago.
We did, we had over 60 dogs in the house. Right now we're down to, I think, just under 20 that are available for adoption.
That's progress,
It is. It's great progress. Still a big number. So looking for a new pet. It's summertime. Plenty of time to train, to walk,
to volunteer, also all this stuff.
Yes.
Well, it looks like we're about out of time, but Catherine, thank you for introducing us to our new friend and coming on the show.
I don't think she wants to leave you now.
I don't want her
I'll
to
just leave her here.
You don't open till 12.
Right, exactly. No one will miss her.
All right, we'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bingo Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bingo Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning, and radar's looking pretty quiet, at least over Maine. We have a few clouds that are developing overhead. There's an area of low pressure that's out toward the north with a warm front over parts of Canada, and that's allowing some rain showers to develop there this morning. But for us, we're looking pretty good. Here's that area of low pressure located right about in here, causing those returns to show up on the radar. But for us, high pressure's in control for one more day. That'll keep us pretty nice moving forward. But look at this, more active weather out across a good part of the country. We'll be watching a lot of this tracking east as we do proceed forward in time. Wave heights not too bad out there right now, right around 2 feet according to some of the buoys. This lighter blue indicating some higher surf being reported in a few spots. Some of the buoys not reporting yet either, but some areas still indicating some higher surf. But of course, air temperatures today will be in the upper 70s. Water temperatures, try 30 degrees cooler than that. Upper 40s to lower 50s is where they're at right now. So either hold off on swimming or exercise caution, because hyperthermia can still develop pretty quickly with water temperatures like this. But futurecast moving forward for today, looking pretty good. A lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds, but we are going to be watching for more clouds on the way later on today as our next system begins to move in from the north and west. That'll give us chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon period for your Friday. Maybe a chance in the morning as well. We'll keep those chances going overnight tonight, at least until early tomorrow morning, and then those chances will finally begin to taper off. And then Saturday, maybe a few rain showers that we'll need to watch out for. Here's some gusty wind chances, maybe some gusty winds up to 15 to 20 miles per hour today. The gustier winds further off towards the west, not as bad further off towards the east. We'll back off later on tonight, and maybe a little bit of wind to watch out for as we head towards tomorrow, but nothing too extreme to get too worried about. Our average high temperature is 64 degrees, upper 70s for today. That will feel amazing. Mid 70s Friday, lower 70s Saturday, back in the 60s Sunday, and then kind of on a roller coaster ride between the 60s and 70s as we head towards Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. For today, upper 70s, mostly sunny and awesome out there today. Northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, mostly clear, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid 70s, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, especially in the afternoon. Southwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Radiator. So again, scattered showers and thunderstorms for your Friday. Saturday, a few leftover rain showers. We're dry Sunday and Monday with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. We cool off into the 60s on Sunday, back in the 70s on Monday.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
When the Katahdin General Store wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to the KG for fishing, hunting, and camping supplies, souvenirs, unique gifts, apparel like Lazy One, fresh sandwiches and baked goods, the beer cave, liquor, and a variety of takeout items.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
Plant scientist. Botanist.
Yeah! You got it! That's what I'm talking about!
When celebrities
You got sassy.
come to play,
Just because you got your guns out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's all fun and games.
First name Urkel. Oh, Steve.
25 words or less.
Beauty mark.
Mole.
Yes! That's the money, y'all!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
A large chunk of